See, look. Swipey, swipey. Swipey, swipey. Hello and welcome back to another version of the Noosh vlog. Alright, so this week, I don't have any t-shirts to print. I do have a commission that I need to sketch for. I should sketch for that soon. So I will do that. And I have a freelance thing to do work on this week as well. But, first thing I want to start off by saying is last week I had a lot of t-shirts to print. And one of the blocks I have retired. The Nerdy Octopus block is retired, but it is one of my most popular designs, so I feel like I can't just retire it and not replace it, so I have to replace this. I'm currently deciding if I should recarve this exact design, or last night I spent it sketching out a possibly new design, and I'm going to keep working on it. I don't know that it's completely finished yet, but I'm going to show you in a second. And here it is. So that's the new Nerdy Octopus design that I'm kind of working on. I might change some things on it. There's some things that I like, some things that I may not like. I'm going to give it a couple days and just kind of think about it. Yeah, so I'm working on that in the background. But the main thing I want to do this week is I want to create another piece, and I want it to have some originality to it. I want it to have like either a moving part or a 3D element to it. And I think I want to try to combine that with my framed technique. So I think I want to do a framed piece that is slightly unique. Either with some sort of some sort of uniqueness to it, like a moving part, some sort of element of interest, we'll call it. This will be the week of adding an element of interest. So I need to sketch from that. I need a spark of inspiration for that project, and I'm going to look for that right now in my sketchbook. That's what I'm going to be looking for. All right, here we go. Start sketching. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you real quick this little sketch here of the salmon and the bear. This sketch that I'm working on is part of the nature series that I'm working on. I guess the basic idea is I have little pockets of inspiration that I follow as I work. So I've got like things in space. I've got my nature scenes. I've got animals eating food. I've got animals wearing clothes, disguises, things like that. Little pockets of inspiration that I can draw from every now and then. So this is part of my nature series of animals being eaten. Basically, is instead of animals eating food, this one's animals being eaten. It's just from their perspective. So what I'm going to do with this one is that the bear paw itself is going to be moving back and forth. This paw right here, I'm going to have that move back and forth in the framed piece. So I need to flesh this idea out a little bit more. But this is the basic sketch that I'm going to start with, and let's see what it turns into. I've got all the planning done for the salmon and the bear piece that I'm going to be working on. Let me show you what I've got. So this is the black and white version of what I'm working on. I did a color test too that I'll show you in a second, but I want to show you this one first so you can understand what I'm trying to go for. And what I want to do, you see that bear claw up there? I want to get it to go like this, to swipe across the top of the frame. So I want to get that going. See, look. Swipey, swipey. Swipey, swipey. I wanted to get that going. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'll figure it out. That's what I'm going to be building today, that mechanism. It's just going to be some sort of slider. Should be pretty simple. But what I want to do now is show you the color test that I did for this piece. So right now I'm going to go build that slider piece. Try to see what I can do there. I got to build the frame, build the slider. We'll see what it is. But that is the color test for this piece. That's what I'm going to be carving this week. I'm not sure that I'm going to get this done this week, but that's okay. Sometimes a bigger project like this, it can last 2 weeks. So maybe you'll have to come back to see what this ends up being finished looking like. And I also added some color to the Nerdy Octopus piece last night. And I just wanted to see what it would look like to see if everything kind of made sense. And it kind of makes sense. So I also made his head bigger too. See, there's the small head version and there's the big head version. You can see the difference. So anywho, just want to show you all that. I got to go build this slider. Let's go see it. If it looks a little spooky in here, it's because I got a flickering light over in the corner. Hey, check it out. Can you tell that it's flickering? Probably not. It might be okay. Well, so I've got all the pieces to the frame all cut out. They're here on the table. I haven't glued them together yet because I'm still trying to wrap my head around what I need to do with them. With the bear claw sliding element, I need to either come in through the back of the frame, which would be like where the slider would be here, which would mean I would have to cut a hole in the entire length of the piece to slide the bear claw across, or I come in through the top of the frame here, which is what I'm leaning on doing, which is the best answer. So I need to, I think, cut a hole in this frame along the inside lip here to slide the bear claw piece across. But the other issue that goes along with that is that the background piece of wood is going to rest inside here. But I need to allow for a 1/4 inch of space between the bear claw and where the rest of the piece is going to live. So I need to build spacers too to make this happen. But the first thing I want to do is I need to cut a little slider room. So that's the first step, is cutting some wood through so I could slide a 1/4 inch piece of plywood through the top of the frame and allow it to slide back and forth. First step is that. Have a look over my shoulder. All right, so I cut the little slot into the top of the frame piece here, and that's how the bear claw is going to slide back and forth. And I debated of going and cutting another little notch in here to set the second piece of wood into, set it behind. But I think what's going to be better is if I build a spacer that I do out of carved wood that just goes the edge, the bottom, and the sides of the frame. And so let me show you what I mean. So I've got the frame. I'm sitting inside of it. The bottom I took out so I can write. So there's the frame. I'm making 3 pieces to go inside the frame. The first piece is obviously the background with all the fish in the water. The second piece is going to be whatever a shaped piece like this, and it doesn't have to come out this far, but it might. I have to go design it. A piece like that. And then the third piece is going to be the bear claw that goes there. And that bear claw is going to have a little tab that you can slide back and forth. Slide back and forth. So this piece right here is going to be the same width as that. It's going to be a 1/4 inch piece of wood. It's going to be the same width. So that spaces the claw and this the same width, and so that the claw doesn't scrape against the carved and painted fish piece. Fish tail, like that, water. So it's going to be 3 layers. This one and this one are top layer, and then this is the bottom layer. Well, 2 layers then, with 3 different pieces. And then, of course, the frame. That's the plan. Let's go see if we can make it happen. All right, where are we at? I've got the frame built with the notch taken out the top. I've got 1 piece of wood that can fit inside, and this will be for the edge piece. And then I've got a second piece of wood to the same size that will also fit behind it. But I'm going to cut out the parts I don't need in the middle here. So it's going to be like a 1 front layer, and then like a little, the rest of the image will be set back a little bit. And then the bear hand will be sliding across the top. So I've got that done. And I've altered the design to showcase that this will be the back piece, And then when I turn this layer on, you see the front piece that's going to be my spacer. And then the top layer is that bear paw that just popped up right there that I'll be able to slide back and forth. All right, so let's get this all drawn out into the board now. So here it is all in the frame. I've got the outside edge. I got to paint these edges still. I got the background drawn, and I've got the bear claw, which you can slide from outside the frame. Slide it down. I've got a little tab up here that I'll be figuring out. I'm probably just going to put a piece of wood on either side of that and sand it down and make it all nice. Glue some stuff to the outside of that. But this is the basic idea. There it is. It's ready to get started carving. Since I have to pull out the airbrush to paint the edges of the bear claw and the wave, I did drop a couple little tiny carvings to paint the airbrush with too. Just took a little bit of time last night. It is now Thursday, so I'm going to paint these up and I'll start carving today. But I'm coming to the realization that I'm not going to finish this week. This project is just too big for 1 week. So I'm going to be, I'll carve a little bit on this and I'll come back to it next week too. But here's some tiny carvings. I also want to give you a quick before and after on B here because B's going to go in for a haircut. I got to drop him off at the hair to get groomed in about an hour. So before and after, here's Shaggy B. He's so furry. Can I get a paw? Can I get a paw? Thank you. Thank you for my paw. Got it all spray painted, did a couple test carving little areas down there just to make sure my tools were sharp, but now it is time to get carving, so let's go. So this is as far as I'm going to get this week on the salmon bear claw piece that I'm working on. It is Friday now, and I've got a couple other things I need to take care of. I gotta print some t-shirts. I gotta do some other things. And I'll probably carve on this a little bit here and there tonight, maybe over the weekend a little bit too. But I'm not going to finish it this week. It's not happening today. If I sat down and carved today, I might finish the whole carving, but I would also maybe not finish the carving. It's a lot to carve. It's 3 different layers. It's pretty large. So next week, come back to see me finish that piece off. And since it's Friday and yesterday B got groomed, I have an update for you on what B looked like. I want to remind you of what the before looked like. Come on. And the after, and then the after. This is what B is now. He's not very fluffy anymore. He's not very fluffy. They left him, he's got a little bit of an extra mustache too. They left a little bit extra fur on his face because he was, quote, less than cooperative. And that is very odd for B. B is usually very cooperative when it comes to grooming. But he got a new groomer yesterday, and she said he was less than cooperative. But I got to go print some t-shirts. B, you gonna help me print shirts? Oh man, I forgot to film this one, but it's done. This is the last shirt I had to print, and it is good. I like this color a lot. I like this color a lot with this design. I don't know that I've ever printed it. This might be a one-of-a-kind shirt. The only shirt printed in this color, maybe. I can't confirm that, but it's possible. All right, with all those t-shirts being printed, I'm kind of leaving you on a cliffhanger this week as the bear salmon piece is unfinished. So this is what I'll be working on next week. Come back next week to see the finished version of this piece because today I have a couple of freelance projects I need to tie up. So once again, thanks for hanging out with me this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next week. Thanks. Bye.